Hello, everybody out there in YouTube, Rumble, and Xland. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And today we're going to continue talking about Love Actually, this piece of shit rom-com. We're going to get through all the relationships here, okay? I recently spoke to a friend of mine about this movie, and we were comparing notes. And she told me herself that she absolutely fucking hated this movie. It was one of the worst pieces of shit she's ever seen. And I thought that was kind of weird because, most of the girls that I've dated that we talked about this movie loved this movie. It's very rare that I meet a woman that actually tells me it's a piece of shit. I know. But hey, who am I to argue with that? Okay, I'm here to tell you it's a piece of shit, right? And it's not for the lack of trying. I mean, I think the problem with the movie is it's bound by its own genre. Okay, like there's so many directions they could have taken this, but they didn't go there because they're trying to stay faithful to the whole rom-com genre, the cliches, okay, the tropes, the things that always happen. Someone's always chasing somebody, unrequited love, men acting like pussies, women being all strong, that kind of fucking shit. It's just like, these tropes are there, and me personally, if you want to make a really good rom-com, I think you need to have the men act like men. Okay, if you have the men acting like men, then you're going to get the guys into the theater too. Okay, because us guys, my friends hard to believe this, but us guys actually, we're interested in relationships. We're interested in that stuff. Okay, we're interested in because we are the other half of the equation. Okay, when it comes to these heterosexual rom-coms, we are the other half. But we're not being catered to here, okay? Nobody gives a shit what we think. It's all about what the woman thinks, okay? Which is fine, I guess, if you're targeting women, okay? But don't fucking pass this shit off as it's like it's something that could happen. You see what I mean? Okay, it's not plausible. Okay, these men that are in this movie aren't acting like real men. Hence, there's nothing for us to fucking relate to. Hence, we don't watch this shit, okay? We make fun of it. Okay, and when those of us do watch this shit, we do a review like this, okay, like I'm doing right now. This movie's a piece of fucking shit. It's a big pile of fucking horse shit, and it fucking stinks. And I'm gonna call it out for what it is. That's why I'm doing this review here, because it's the holiday season right now. Christmas is right around the corner. This is a fucking Christmas movie, okay? And I'm sick and tired of fucking chicks telling me how fucking great it is, how much they love this scene or that scene. Get the fuck out of here. The whole movie's bullshit, okay? It's bullshit. There's no fucking men. Just like Sex in the City, there's no fucking men here. Okay? Like Hollywood doesn't know what to do with fucking guys anymore. They don't. Okay? They all gotta be fucking emasculated. I mean, who are the fucking number one box office, male box office stars right now? You got fucking Timothée Chalamet, Tom Holland, fucking Ezra Miller. Are you out of your fucking mind? You really think these are men that the majority of guys out here relate to? That we want to be like them? Are you out of your fucking mind? We don't. But this is what Hollywood is passing off as men because this is what they want men to be. They want men to be these pussy manginas with no self-esteem, no backbone. They're not physically threatening. They definitely don't command any respect, and that's what they want because that's what they want men to be. Subjugated, emasculated, feminized. Okay, they want men to be weak. Okay? They want men to be weak. Because you guess what, ladies? Okay, for those of you that are like, yeah, men are all weak. Okay, guess what, ladies? When men are all weak, who the fuck's going to fucking protect you? Okay, who's going to protect you from strong men when all your men are weak? Exactly. Okay, so there's nothing to fucking cheer about. All right? And that's why we have to say something about it. Okay, that's why I'm happy I have a channel where I can talk about these things, because, I think it's very important, especially today in 2023. My God. The nuclear family has just been demonized completely. Oh my God, you can't even show a healthy fucking heterosexual fucking nuclear family on anymore. It's got to be a fucking gay family. It's got to be a fucking single mom. It's got to be a fucking biracial fucking adoptions and all sorts of shit like that. It's got to be a fucking my son is trans and shit. That's what it is now. Okay, get the fuck out of here. Whatever happened, just fucking mom and dad falling in love. Getting married and fucking having kids and taking care of their fucking kids, and then becoming grandparents. Whatever fucking happened to that? Okay, that's looked down upon. It's frowned upon. Nobody wants to make. It's not because people don't want to see those TV shows. They do. Nobody wants to make them, and that's the fucking problem. Okay, nobody wants to make them. Okay, nobody wants to. You know, when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, I mean, we had our own fucking problem. I mean, fucking divorce just fucking skyrocketed when I was a little kid. When I was a toddler, that's when fucking no fault divorce came into effect, and everybody just started getting fucking divorced. That's when the fucking divorce rate went from like fucking, I think it was like 30% to fucking 50%. Okay, or 20% to 50%, just like that within a decade. You know, and so a lot of the sitcoms you're going to notice reflected that. A lot of the TV shows reflected, the movies reflected that. Okay, you always had like the, you know, like Full House. You know, there's no mom. You know, who's the boss? Okay, I mean, he had a guy with his, you know, single dad with his daughter living with a single mom with her son. You know, and the grandma kept coming by all the time. Okay, but no mom. You know, that was like par for the course. You know, that was a lot. That was a lot of shows. Even Eight is Enough. You remember that show, Eight is Enough, man? The actress that played the mom on that first season, she actually died in real life. Diana Hyland. She died in real life of breast cancer while they were filming the first season. And so they had to wait an extra season before the dad got a girlfriend who became the stepmom later on. You know. But yeah, that's how they did it. Okay, so a lot of these shows, okay, were not, you know, there was, people were afraid. You know, people were afraid that, you know, they were gonna have to fucking do it on their own. They were gonna have to be single dads, you know, single moms, that kind of shit. Okay, not so much single dads, but you know, and that was the fear that was reflected. Okay, in the TV shows and the movies back then. Okay, you know, the breakfast. Look at the Breakfast Club. My God, man. You want to talk about that? That was like the godfather of teen angst movies. You know, I mean, those kids were a little bit older than me at the time, but my God, that movie spoke to a whole fucking generation of us kids that grew up with divorced parents, with parents that we couldn't fucking stand. You know, that didn't understand us and we didn't understand them. You know, I mean, ultimately that was the heart of the movie, Breakfast Club. You know, and that had never been done before. You know, you'd never seen fucking, you know, a TV show or movie where the kids just fucking didn't really give a shit about their fucking parents. Their parents didn't fucking live up to the kids' expectations. You see what I mean? Usually it's the other way around. Okay, and so that spoke for a generation. Okay, and I think that's what needs to be done now in 2023. Okay, is that we need to be fucking speaking about this shit, man. Because if we don't say what we're feeling, if we don't say what we feel is right in our hearts, you know, then the corporations are going to tell us what's right and what's supposed to be in our hearts. Okay, and look at the shit they're fucking telling us. This bullshit message, man. God, we got to do something about this, all right? Because ultimately, and it's falling, don't get me wrong, it's falling apart. I see it. And I knew that, okay? But how many people have to fucking suffer while this thing falls apart? We're watching it. We're watching a fucking train wreck in slow fucking motion. We've been watching it for the past 7 fucking years, okay? Like, come on. Just crash and get it over with so that we can move on from this bullshit time in American culture, okay? Because it's just not going anywhere, man. You know, we're not progressing this way. Thank God it's dying off. I mean, they can't even hide it anymore. They were hiding it before. Okay, Disney and Warner, they were hiding this shit. Oh yeah, they don't. Oh, it's not racist. It's not anti-white. You just can't handle. You know, you just had suffer from white fragility. That's all. It's not anti. When you got a fucking TV show, a movie called "The Dear White People," you're all a bunch of pieces of shit. Well, yeah, it's kind of fucking easy to fucking kind of tell what it's about. Okay, if it was the other way around, it would never be fucking made. Okay, you see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. And that shit's still going on, but we're rejecting it. We are rejecting it. Thank God we are. Okay, and this movie that we're talking about today, Love Actually, is one of the forebearers of this shit. Okay, it's a rom-com by Richard Curtis. I already talked about him. This guy's a fucking mangina. He mostly writes movies. He doesn't really direct. He's only directed 3 movies. Okay, you haven't heard of the other 2. This is the 3rd one. Okay, but he wrote like Bridget Jones' Diary. He wrote fucking Notting Hill. He wrote 4 Weddings and a Funeral. You get it? Okay, a lot of fucking Hugh Grant's in there, and Rowan Atkinson's in there. Okay, he basically hires his friends and puts them in all of his fucking movies. All right, like Colin Firth, there's another one. Okay, so that's the kind of guy that he is. Okay, the guy that directed this fucking piece of shit, this mangina. Okay, and so of course he has to feminize all the men. He does that. Okay, and it's just a bunch of different stories about relationships. Okay, where nothing fucking happens. There's several relationships in here where nothing fucking happens. Okay, nothing happens. Okay, look at fucking Sarah and Carl. Nothing happened with that. Okay, we got to see some titty, but she got cock blocked by her crazy brother calling from the mental asylum, and she never hooked up with Carl again. What the fuck did I need to watch that story for? Okay, you know. You got a fucking ultra bitch Emma Thompson upset that her limp dick fucking husband, okay, Hans Gruber, okay, is getting hit on by his fucking hot ass secretary, okay, who's like obviously in her 20s and he's like in his late 50s. And he's so fucking flattered and shit that some hot girl would find him attractive. You know, he buys her a gift for Christmas. But his wife finds out he did not fuck her, did not have an affair, but he bought her. Your wife finds out about it because she went through his coat, she went through his fucking shit and found it. Okay, and then and then she's like, "Hey, you bought her a necklace," you know. He's like, "Oh, I'm such a fool," you know, that kind of shit. And she doesn't really forgive him. We don't know what's going to happen with that relationship because it's never resolved. We never find out how that resolves itself. We don't know. We still don't know. Okay, and then we have fucking Peter, Mark, and Juliet. So get the fuck, this guy's in love with his best friend's wife, but he never had the heart to tell her that he's in love with her. So he just treated her like shit the whole time. And after his best friend marries her, that's when he fucking reveals his feelings to her. And why does he do it? To steal her away from his best friend? No, that would actually make sense. No, he does it just so he can fucking say, okay, I'm done now, you know, and walk away and never fucking hit on her again, never try to, you know, do anything with her again, which is right. He should be trying to fuck his best friend's wife. But, you know, like nothing happened with that. So why do we have to see it? You see, nothing happened. You got this asshole old man who's a fucking former fucking rock star, and he's kind of a has-been now, and he's trying to make a comeback by singing fucking Love Is All Around by the Trogs, but he changed the words to make it a Christmas song. Nobody gives a shit. He doesn't fall in love with anybody. Nobody falls in love with him. He just acts like a fucking idiot. And there's no story there. There's no fucking story there. He's just in the fucking movie, probably because he's friends with Richard Curtis. That's the only reason I can see him being in the fucking movie. Okay, and then who else do we have here? We had Liam Neeson's character Daniel and his fucking stepson, because he married a fucking single mom. Okay, his stepson Sam, who's like 11, 12 years old, and then of course the wife fucking dies immediately. So he's all crying about it, and then his stepson falls in love with a black girl at school, and so he gives him a bunch of fucking mangina. He gives him dating advice by watching fucking Titanic, okay, and showing him how to lube up his asshole so that when she fucking pegs him, you know, he'll like it and have an orgasm. Yeah, because that's his experience, okay. Basically to be a fucking limp dick suck up simp for this girl, which the kid eagerly learns how to do. But first, you got to make sure the kid's not gay. Okay, because he does ask him, you know, oh, this crush of yours from school, is it this girl, or is it a guy? You know, like that. You know, get the fuck out of here. You know, Jesus Christ. Anyway, no, it's a girl. Yeah, okay, yeah, your stepson is straight. And so what happens? It ends up with him. He just falls in love with another single mom. Okay, he's got no kids of his own. He just falls in love with another single mom. Claudia Schiffer, single mom. Who gives a fuck? Okay, so these are the kind of fucking stories that are in here. Okay, and then you got a stupid ass one about some body doubles played by a fucking hobbit, you know, by fucking Bilbo Baggins and some fucking average looking girl. Nobody gives a shit, all right? And then we got this story here, Jamie and Aurelia. That's what we're going to talk about right now, Jamie and Aurelia. All right, now Jamie's played by Colin Firth, okay, who obviously Richard Curtis used him in fucking all 3 Bridget Jones' Diary movies. Okay, he plays the fucking he plays the cuck in all those movies. Even though Bridget Jones is no fucking no centerfold herself, she after getting her fucking pussy pounded out by Hugh Grant in 2 fucking movies, okay, yeah, she ends up going back to fucking Colin Firth's character, okay, yeah, and then in the 3rd one she fucks Colin Firth and fucking some other guy, I forgot his name, okay, and then the whole movie's about her not knowing which one of them's the dad. Yeah. That's a fucking rom-com. Okay, so that's going on here. Anyway, Colin Firth plays a guy named Jamie Bennett, and I guess the love interest her name is Aurelia, and she's played by Lucia Moniz. I don't know where the fuck she's from, but she's playing a Portuguese woman living in France, and he's a British guy who goes to France to concentrate. I guess he's got a chalet over there or some shit by the river or by the lake. Okay, he goes there just so he can fucking relax, okay, and write I guess he's a writer, and finish writing his novel, okay, and get over the fact that he caught his fucking girlfriend, his living girlfriend, getting filled out by his brother. Okay, he caught his brother fucking his girlfriend, and so he's upset about it. Especially because his girlfriend, when he woke up that morning, he was supposed to go to a wedding. He was supposed to go to to Peter and Juliet's wedding from earlier in this movie. He was supposed to go with his girlfriend, but she convinced him to fucking go by himself. Okay, so he left, but then he came back home early, and when he came home, the reason she didn't want to go with him was because she could spend all day fucking his brother. So he comes home, finds his brother there, okay, right after he finished plowing out his girlfriend. Okay, so now he's upset. We don't see how that resolves. Now there's a fucking relationship. I want to see how that one resolves itself. That would have been a good movie, but this isn't a good movie. So instead, it fast forwards to him going to the fucking France. Okay, to stay at this fucking bungalow there or whatever. Okay, and he gets to meet his maid Auriella, who speaks no fucking English. Okay, and he of course speaks no fucking Portuguese. So it's a comedy of errors. It's funny watching this limp dick fucking beta metrosexual, cuck. Try to fucking speak Portuguese. Oh, look at that. He's mispronouncing the words like you would fucking know Portuguese and know how to pronounce it correctly. So it's just fucking a dumbass story. But anyway, that's what happens, okay? And he can't really speak Portuguese, so that's part of the funniness of the movie, is watching him try to butcher the fucking Portuguese language, okay? And Auriella, of course, she tries to communicate with him too, but she doesn't fucking speak English, okay? Okay, and she finds his phone, okay? And she serves him his what was it? Rick's outside, and all. Okay, yeah. She's there helping him, cleaning his house and all that kind of shit while he's writing. And at one point, she finds his phone, picks it up, and all the pages that he wrote flew away into the fucking lake. Yeah, it's good because he likes to write outside. Okay. No paperweight, but he likes to write outside, when it's windy, and he likes to put the fucking Xerox papers right next to his typewriter, okay, in the wind, okay. Now, the thought of him actually using a word processor, which actually did exist in 2003, no, he's got to use a typewriter. That way the pages could fly away. You see, you don't have a fucking scene if he uses a word processor, okay? So he's got to use a fucking typewriter. That way when she picks up the phone, all the pages will fly away, okay? And they fly off into the fucking lake, and so what does she do? She dives in there. She takes off her fucking clothes, okay, on purpose. And she dives into the fucking lake to retrieve all the fucking manuscript papers, all right? He gets all fucking nervous and befuddled, so he decides to dive in there as well, okay? Almost fucking drowns, all right? So that's going on here, okay? The papers fly away, okay? But it's 2003, right? Okay, and she strips her underwear, like I said, to retrieve the pages, okay? Okay, and then he's afraid there's eels in the water and shit because he's a fucking pussy boy. All right? All the men in this movie are pussy boys, by the way. Okay, and he flirts about naming a character in his book after her, and some bullshit. Of course, he says this in English, and she doesn't understand what he's just like, because she doesn't understand what the fuck he's saying. He goes, I'll share with you 5% of the profits. That kind of shit, all right? And he tells her that he writes crime fiction, okay, and that he likes driving her home, okay? His favorite time of the day is when he drives her back to, I guess, where she's staying. She's just there all day to clean the fucking house and cook for him, okay? And then he has to drive her back to wherever the fuck she's staying, okay, every day. Now, this is obviously in Europe, so of course the driver's side is on I'm in America, okay, so the driver's side for us is on the left side, but in the UK and stuff in Europe, it's on the right side. So he's on the right side, and his passenger's on the left side, okay? All right, so that's going on, okay? And she kisses him when he drops her off on her last day of employment there for him. Okay. Now these characters fall in love way the fuck too fucking quickly. There's so many characters in this movie. They don't have time to establish all the relationships, to develop any of the relationships. Basically, a character meets another character, and it's just like, hi. Yes, of course. Just like that, okay? Okay, that's what fucking happens here. Okay, that's every fucking relationship in this goddamn fucking movie. All right. So he drops her off at her last day of employment, okay, and she's crying as she walks away. Oh, she's crying as she walks away. And then, of course, he just stands there by the car and gives her the fucking 1,000-mile stare as she's walking away. I guess she's going back to Portugal or whatever, and he's just looking at her. like that, the 1,000-mile stare, as she walks away. Okay, yeah, these are all tropes from every fucking rom-com does this, okay? And then he fucking gets in his car and smashes into another car. Yeah, he has a traffic accident immediately after this, all right? Because he's not fucking paying attention, okay? Then Aurelia goes to Central London. She goes to, later on we find out that Aurelia goes to the Central London School of Language. That's where they put those earphones on you so she can try to learn English, okay? And he's there too, trying to learn Portuguese. I guess they don't fucking see each other, even though he's sitting right behind her. I want to say who wrote this shit, but I know Richard Curtis did. Okay. All right. So Jamie visits his family with gifts for Christmas. He shows up with all the fucking gifts to visit his white family. All right, in London. Okay, and as soon as he gets there, he just like has a change of heart all of a sudden, and he's just like, I don't think I want to fucking spend Christmas with my family. He doesn't say that out loud, but that's what he thinks. And he's just like, he drops all the fucking presents and he fucking leaves. He leaves his family's house on Christmas, all right? And what does he do? Then one of the little kids says, like, I hate Uncle Jamie. Well, I hate him too. Okay, so he runs out of there. And he decides to, like your typical rom-com, the chase. Okay, there's several chases in this movie. We had Daniel and Sam chasing after Joanna earlier in the last video. So now fucking Jamie's chasing after Aurelia. I guess he's going to go to Portugal or some shit. He's going to on Christmas, he's going to catch a plane to Portugal. Oh my fucking God, man. France. I guess he's going to France. Okay, so he arrives in France. Okay, and then of course once he gets there, he starts stomping around, waiting for a taxi. Okay, I guess a little joke about like he was about to get a taxi, but then he gave it to some woman, took it instead, and whatever the fuck. Anyway, he finally gets to Aurelia's house. Okay, I guess he knew where she lived. Okay, with this fucked up Portuguese, they don't understand what the fuck he's saying. Okay, the family that answers the door. Okay, he finds out he's got the wrong house. Okay, the guy that lives there actually does have a daughter, which Jamie thought it was Aurelia, but he sees the daughter. The daughter's this big fucking fat balloon girl, so obviously that's not Aurelia. Okay, and he's trying to tell him, in his fucking fucked up Portuguese that he's looking for fucking Aurelia. Okay, and they decide to go. I guess this guy knows where she lives or where she works or some shit, whatever. And he decides to fucking take him there. Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, it's really told, and it's not fucking explained. Nothing is explained in this movie. But when this Portuguese man, decides to walk with Jamie over, okay, to Aurelia's job where she works. Okay, his wife decides to tag along, and his fucking fat daughter decides to tag along. Not only do they fucking tag along in a thing that's none of their fucking business, but they start recruiting everybody else in the whole fucking town to follow them, okay? So by the time they reach the actual restaurant where Aurelia works, the whole fucking shithole fucking town of peasants is with them, okay? You got like a fucking 70 fucking people all marching together in the middle of the street following fucking Jamie, okay, who doesn't speak a fucking word of Portuguese, and some fucking old man who doesn't understand a word of fucking English. And they're all fucking marching to this fucking restaurant where fucking Aurelia works. Now, how the fuck does this happen? This is stupid. This is fucking stupid. Nobody is emotionally invested in Jamie's fucking love life, okay? But yet they all decide to fucking follow this fucking British fucking stranger to a fucking restaurant. The whole fucking town? Really? They got nothing else to fucking do in their lives? Okay, but get involved in some stranger fucking European's fucking love life? Anyway, apparently so. So they all and of course, Jamie doesn't see anything weird about this at all. And you, the audience, you're supposed to just go with it. Just go with it. Okay, it happens all the fucking time, right? Okay, yeah. So they all get to the fucking restaurant. Okay, marched into the house. Okay, like I said, the whole fucking town is following Jamie to Ariella's house. Oh, it ends up being a restaurant, and it turns out Ariella's a waitress there. Okay, and she's on the second floor. Okay, now why is she on the second floor? Why would a restaurant have a fucking second floor? Okay. Well, it's easy, okay? Because they wanted to frame this scene where you've got the man down there and the woman is up there. Literally, the man is down here and the woman is up here, which is a metaphor for the relationship dynamics between men and women in this fucking movie. The women are up here, the men are pieces of shit, okay? That's every fucking relationship in this goddamn fucking movie. Okay, well now they're portraying it physically as well as metaphorically. Okay, so she's up there, even though she's a fucking waitress and he's a best-selling writer. Okay, she's up there, he's down there. Okay, because I guess that's cute. That's what women like to do. Okay, or the fucking the homosexuals that wrote this fucking movie. That's what they want to do. They want to fucking put straight men down here, okay, and women up here. Okay, so that's what happens. Okay, and he gets there. Okay. It's a restaurant. She's on the second floor looking down at him, and he's on the first floor with the whole fucking town down there looking up at her. Like, Aria. And just like that, you know. Okay, and of course he tries to fucking speak Portuguese because I guess it's funny. Okay, and nobody has realized that it's not fucking funny to watch Colin Firth try to fucking butcher fucking the Portuguese language. And I kind of feel sorry for Colin Firth because yes, his character gets cheated on, okay, in this fucking movie by his girlfriend, but he also got cheated on by Bridget Jones. Okay, in Bridget Jones' Diary, part 1 and part 2 and part 3. Okay, and he also got cheated on because Hugh Grant was fucking his girlfriend in Bridget Jones' Diary. We found that out as well. Okay, and also he got cheated on in real life. Okay, his wife was fucking, I guess, the limo driver, the bodyguard or some shit. Okay, while he was filming this movie, his wife was going on in a fucking like an 11-year affair, 10-year. Look it up. I might get the years wrong. Okay, but look it up. Okay, in real life, Colin Firth's wife divorced him because she was fucking another guy. The entire time he was out there fucking making movies and providing her with her palatial fucking mansion, okay, and her fucking black fucking American Express card, okay. She was spending it on fucking well endowed studs while he was out there fucking bringing home the bacon. Not literally, okay, she was fucking somebody else. But the point is, okay, and then when he found out about the affair, okay, and divorced her, she took half of his fucking assets. Okay, now how's that for real life? Okay, and that's real life. That's not a fucking movie. Look it up, man. Holy fucking shit, dude. This guy just cannot stop being a fucking cuck, man. Okay, and this is the kind of guy, ladies, men, okay, that Hollywood wants you to emulate. They want you to be like him. When you fall in love, you give up your fucking self-respect, okay? You just fucking run away from your fucking family to go fucking see a girl that you barely fucking know. You don't even speak her fucking language, okay, on Christmas so you can tell how much you fucking love her. What the fuck? Last time I checked, Portugal is fucking Christian. Why the fuck are there so many fucking people at a restaurant on fucking Christmas? Yeah, it's not explained. But if any of this shit made sense, then you'd have no fucking scene. Okay, so anyway, so yes. So he fucking tries to speak to her in fucking Portuguese, you know. Another thing that's bullshit about this is that realistically, this would not happen in public. Okay, in real life, okay, if he really did feel this way about this girl and he really wanted to go see her, he would talk to her in private. He would have exchanged phone numbers with her or something. Yes, phones existed in 2003. Okay, he would have at least gotten her fucking address. Okay, her correct address. If he really felt something for her. Okay, they could have said, hey, let's keep in touch. You know, we don't have to fucking date or nothing, but let's keep in touch. You know, we'll write each other letters or whatever, you know, we'll take fucking lessons so we can talk to each other. I wouldn't mind learning Portuguese too, so I could talk to my friend. You know, that kind of thing, you know? But they didn't do that. They just cut each other off so that they could have the scene where she's fucking crying, walking away. He's just like that, okay? Being a fucking simp boy, pussy boy, mangina, beta male cuck, all right? So anyway, Portuguese sucks. What else is new? Even though he's been fucking studying it for like a year now. His Portuguese sucks, okay? Everyone is frozen, okay? Like what the fuck did he say? Everyone's fucking frozen. Makes no fucking sense, okay? And then she says, because she speaks English now, okay? She speaks English now. So she learned English, she did not learn Portuguese, okay? Okay, and the whole town, okay, when he fucking professes his love for her in front of the whole fucking town, okay, she's like, looking down at him, and she tells him, hey, I speak English now. You don't have to fucking do this shit. The whole fucking town, everyone's fucking jerking off here because he just fucking emasculated himself for a fucking girl who's a fucking waitress and he's a best-selling writer. Yeah. Makes sense. Happens every day. Okay, yeah, so that all happens, okay? And then, of course, you fucking hear the goddamn orchestra music and shit, just to highlight the fact, you know, to punctuate the fact that this is supposed to be the romantic moment, okay, which you've seen in fucking 500 other fucking rom-coms already, but you have to see it here too, okay? Because this movie's like 7 rom-coms, you know, it's not just one, okay? All right, and then James says, like, you learned English. Oh, you learned English. She's like, just in case. Yeah, and of course they kiss and hug each other and shit. Like, oh my God, man. Like, what the fuck? I don't even know why the fuck he fell in love with her. Maybe he fell in love with her because she was beneath him. That's the only thing I can think of. He already feels bad about himself because his girlfriend was fucking another guy, fucking his brother, no less. So he already feels bad about himself. So what does he do? He gets a fucking low-value woman. A woman who's a fucking maid. Okay, who speaks no fucking English, okay, trying to get a fucking her residency in the UK. She's probably there illegally, okay? And so he's, oh, yeah, I can take advantage of her. She needs me more than I need her, so, you know, yeah, I'll fall in love with her. You know, that way I get a steady piece of ass and I don't have to worry about her fucking around on me, okay? That's probably what I think would happen, okay? And that should have been it right there. But unfortunately, there is a conclusion in this movie, an epilogue in this movie where all the characters that we saw already, most of the characters, not all the characters, we never see fucking Sarah and Carl again, okay? But most of the characters that we've seen in the movie, we see how their relationships, the resolution of their relationships, which is not really a resolution at all. We do find out that Jamie comes back from where the fuck he was with Ariella, and she at the airport, she gets to meet Jamie's friends, who it turns out to be Mark, Peter, and Juliet. Okay, and then of course, you know, the first thing that fucking Ariella says now that she's fucking with this guy and she's living in the UK now is she tells Jamie how hot his guy friends are, and she's staring at fucking Peter and Mark, and then how she, you know, she picked the wrong guy. Okay, she should have waited until she met until she met Jamie's friends, okay, guy friends, before she made her decision about who she wanted to fuck for the rest of her life. Okay, yeah, a big funny joke to a guy that just got fucked over by his girlfriend, right? And now he just found out that his new girlfriend's gonna fuck him over too. Wow, what a great ending for a story. But this is exactly what the filmmakers want you to think, guys. You know what? You'd be lucky to have a girl fuck around on you. Okay, see what I mean? He's the winner here. Oh, it's just a joke, Diego. No, it's not fucking just a joke, okay? Okay, it would be a joke if Colin Firth's character, Jamie, was a high-value man. That would be a joke, okay? If she showed up with a fucking Brad Pitt or Leo DiCaprio and then she made a joke like that, that would have been funny, okay? Because we already know that she's not going to get better than the guy that she's with, okay? But since Colin Firth plays a professional cuck, not only in every role that he's in, but also in real life, okay, it's not fucking funny. Okay, well, all that tells me is that eventually she's going to get around to fucking Mark and Peter. Okay, she will. All right, so it's not really a good resolution that they want you to fucking think it is. All right, okay, so what do we learn from this relationship? We've learned that if you get fucked over, it's okay, because you'll meet another girl and then she'll fuck you over too, but that's okay. The important thing is that you profess your love to her. Okay, the fact she's going to fuck you over too doesn't mean anything. It's not important. What's important is that you tell her how much she means to you. I'm nothing without you. I can't even wipe my asshole. Oh my fucking God. Yes. That is what we learned from this fucking relationship. All right. I'm done talking about it. All right. I'm almost done talking about this movie. All right. I'm Diego. I thank you very much for watching this long. I will see you soon. And we'll finish this goddamn fucking movie with that bullshit asshole, Colin, whatever. And I'll give you my final review of the whole movie in general. All right. I thank you for watching this long. And